You have no idea who you can become. It's impossible because who you can become is just an idea. It's something that exists in the unknown. You haven't experienced it yet and you haven't done it, so you couldn't possibly know. And then when you think you know, sometimes you will become surprised because it could change. See, because who you can become is your soul's journey. It's what you were meant to do as you came into the world. And that evolves as you live. And it only comes about when you become willing to discover it. That means going on a journey of self-discovery. And that may be very different for you than anyone else you know, because that's what you were supposed to become, is unique and becoming yourself. But sometimes we don't do that for a lot of different reasons. And most of them is because we've been taught to believe that we can't become who we think we could be, and that the vision that we have may not be real. It may be made up. It may be something that you can't achieve. And see, I know all of that, and I know that you can become who you're meant to, and you can transcend so many things. And you can move through your fear, your doubt, your disbelief of all of that stuff, because I've done that. And it was a really long journey. So I understand it. When you come into the world, you have to move on this ascension journey. That means self-discovery, self-actualization, whatever it is, you've got to figure out what gives me a sense of my worth and purpose in the world. How do I find that? How do I know if it means anything? What am I supposed to do in my life that would give me some meaning and cause me to create a wonderful life and a career and relationships and all? What is that thing? And I'm saying that it's within you. And I've said that for the longest time because, see, that's what I had to discover. Whenever we might live, we'll have very different lives, and we want to know that, did my life matter? We know we don't live forever, so we are going to question that. Now, when we're younger, we probably rarely think about it. It's just like, let's just go out and have fun and do what we're going to do. Let's get a lot of money and build things and all that. And that could be very great for a while because I did a lot of that. In my younger days, I did all of that. But then I was doing something else. I was going through all the training. I was going to coaches. I was taking programs. I was doing all of those things. But the other thing I was doing during that entire time is I was receiving cosmic guidance. I had no idea where it was going to take me. I had no idea what it was going to do, which is why I can say you have no idea who you can become, because that's unlimited. It's unlimited for every single person. But where we get stuck is in our prior programming, believing we can't accomplish something. We can't do this thing that we feel we want to do. But sometimes that could have been taught to you. You could have learned that you couldn't accomplish certain things. I certainly did. I know I did that. Because, see, many things that I've experienced in my life, people said that you can't change that. It's not possible. And then I went through and I did it. I was going to talk about something because I don't, not many people see my videos. You'll see that I don't have a lot of views, and people keep asking me, why don't you have more views on your channel? I didn't do that. I have all these marketers coming. You could have so many more views. I said, I'm not ready yet. That was purposeful. See, because I had something so valuable and I didn't want to expose myself. I'm introverted too, so that's the other reason. But the other part of me is that I wanted to know that anything, and I've done this forever, you can hear other older videos. I test everything. I've always been this person that had to know that something I was going to give someone would work. I've done it with all of my careers, and you could find plenty of evidence on that in previous other videos, even my coaching videos. You can find all of that. And so I always want to know. But now I'm 73 and I know. I know. And it's so crazy to say that. I had to kind of come to accept, wait a minute. You mean that my life caused me to go through every difficulty, hardship, disease, illness, all of those things, to be able to create something to give to others where they don't have to suffer that way. And then, and it's true because it's already been proven. You can see that from the people who have given testimonials on this work. But the last person from to accept that it was this powerful was me. And that's going to be the same thing for you because there's always more. I'm not done. Now I can say, yeah, I'm going to retire or do all of that, but I'm going to retire in doing this work because I have so much more that I have not given everyone. And uh, listening to Olivia Munn this morning, she went through really, really challenging, she's still doing it, really challenging breast cancer thing. And so she wanted to make everything very public because she wanted others to understand. And that's about being vulnerable. And that is hard for us to do at times. It's been incredibly challenging for me to do, but now I have to change that as well. Because when I move beyond my embarrassment, because that's what we all have, we didn't do something right. We have this shame or that was on my site this morning on anyadvicefortoday.com. You'll see that's the biggest thing that we're moving over is shame, embarrassment, and guilt. And once we do that, we become free, and then we start to discover who we really are. Every human born has some limitation within them. That's how we come into the world. Otherwise, there would be no reason for us to live. And so, but then when we discover something, we can give it to others, and then our world, our civilization can kind of keep evolving. And that's what's going on right now. And during this period in our world that is changing rapidly, you're going to want to know who you are and live the life you want to have because, see, that puts a different energy into our world that causes healing. As Olivia was talking about what she's went through, I said, I haven't told you everything. And that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm not going to do it today, but I'm going to put all of this in the work moving forward because I want everyone to have healing techniques, spiritual connection, understanding their life purpose, because that's all part of it. When you get in touch with your internal self, you know exactly what you're meant to do in this world, and your life becomes meaningful. That's what happens. But all of the illnesses, the things that I went through that were really crazy, and I'll tell you one story, which many of you might have seen if you read my book on fear, when I went through my losing part of my left foot through an illness and something that made absolutely no sense. And then I went through 30 years of healing it all, being able to walk again and being able to be more mobile than I was when I was much younger. That is a limitation that I had before where I thought I couldn't do that. That's what we can do. There was another thing that I recorded, and you can find it as a video I called How I Cured My Cluster Headaches. And you will find that because, see, that was told to us as well that there's no cure. And I'm saying that there is a cure because when you get in touch with yourself, when you can develop this, your connection to your soul, mind body healing starts to happen. And this is all the work that I am giving to everyone. So I'm giving you this today because we're moving through some more dynamic times in our world. And so we have to uplift ourselves. That's what each one has to do. And that will be when you decide to do something that you thought you couldn't do because it's always in front of you. All right. Check out my work. And if it's your first time here to the channel, please subscribe and share it with others. I do have my program, limited spaces now at where it is, but people, anyone who takes it, your life is transformed, and you'll hear that from the people who have done it. Have a really wonderful day.